What's good, y'all? It's your brother Key coming at you with some live and direct love. Listen, y'all, I wanted to come through with a video. It's been a while. I haven't uploaded on YouTube in probably about a year or so. Maybe less, maybe more. I'm not exactly sure. But what I do know is I have gone through, as I'm always going through something. I recently had like a bathroom situation where I'm living at currently, and it kind of was a buildup of like many other things, like a couple other experiences that I've been going through. But this specific experience kind of really showed me that we as human beings are at a time where it's very difficult to love one another. Now, before we get into all of this emotional stuff, I just want to say, if you ain't subscribe to the channel. Now I'm saying, like the video, comment if you feeling anything at any point, before, middle, after, however, it don't matter to me. I still appreciate the love and the communication. That being said, let's jump into the video. So I have been, how could I say, like, being transparent. It's been really tough for me transitioning out of the 2020 year, you know what I'm saying? Even though it's about to be 2023, I went through a lot of stuff during that year that kind of dragged out. And excuse my hands, they mad ashy. I just got out the shower. You probably looking like, what is that? Crocodile skin? No, I'm saying, hold on. I don't know where my lotion is at, so y'all just gonna have to like let me slide on this video. Nah, I talk with my hands a lot. My hands get real flamboyant. Hold on, I'll be right back. I can't find it, y'all. Red Fox Tubble Butter. Yo, you see my hands? Yo, I have intensively dry skin, y'all. Like, my body like soaks in a lot, like a lot. Hence why I need a woman that got some weight on her. Because I will eat her alive. Haha. No, that wasn't funny. Or was it funny? I don't know. Whatever. My chest all dry. Shoulders. Face all dry. Yeah. Now we coming back to life. All right. So, I was going through stuff that, like, was making me, like, even lose weight, y'all. I'm talking about, like, it was tough. Like, it was really bad. Like, I was emotionally just, like, disconnected from a lot of things. And I would say most recently, not to give it all away, but I went through stuff that kind of stripped me of a lot of my empathy. And I mean like empathy towards like my family and like some of my friends or whatever, right? And I almost turned cold. Almost. Like I almost became, how could I say, like, I almost became a victim of odd circumstances. But I refused. Like, even though it took me a lot, like, I learned how to say no. I learned how to say, nah, I can't do that. No, I'm not doing that right now. Or I'll do that later. Because I have to do this first. Did it take a lot? Yo. Son, like, I gave up my car for like $300. I gave up my bike to somebody who I thought was gonna, like, really keep their word. I gave up a lot of material items on myself because of too much empathy, and also because of lack of love when it comes to like us as a people. Now I know I'm jumping all over the place, but to tie it all together, we as humans right now, I feel like a lot of us are in survival mode. And that's horrible. Because when the world is in survival mode, the world dies. And that can't be the direction that we're going down. If it is, then what a time it is to be alive. It's tough out here. and I live in New York City. Like, it's damn near, New York is damn near its own country. You know what I'm saying? Like, people do not sleep here. Everybody's aggressive. Everybody's mad. Everybody's looking for a come up or a victim or looking for the drop on somebody. Like, normal people, it's nuts. And, like, I can honestly say, like, it makes me sad. Like, it makes me really sad to see, like, how we are straying further and further away from loving one another. Like, we're so into technology and being in each other's business and judging one another. And, you know, men and women, one of the biggest problems, men and women are not loving each other. Nobody is loving each other a lot. Maybe it's just on this side of the stratosphere, of the hemisphere. But right now, like, the way it's looking like in, like, cities and stuff like that, I don't think it's all over the world. But, like, in the city that I'm in, it's really tough. Like, and even in my community, you know, my culture, I'm American African. Probably the first time you ever heard that. My family, the generation above me, is from the islands. And beyond that, I'm pretty sure, you know, I'm Africana. Or I'm colored. Come from, you know, the motherland. So, that being said, I did a lot of tracing of, like, just, like, how could I say, like, my lineage spiritually, you know, and, you know, I just studied my family. I studied my friends. I studied myself, but I really studied my family first. They say family first, right? Because everything begins in the home. So I started to really check and see everybody that I could, like, really speak to that is considered my blood relation. And yo, I found some things that was, like, insane. Like, and it scared me. Like, I was kind of sad, you know, that of the things that I found. I was just like, dang, like, my family has been through a lot because I found trauma, I found pain, like the communication, the way we talk, you know. Like, I made myself basically like a guinea pig, you know, and man, it was tough because a lot of love is absent. And I'm pretty sure my family is not the only family like this. And I'm just at a point where I'm accepting my role to be as the best that I could be, you know, before I depart, before I leave this planet, you know, before I give up my flesh and my soul goes to another, you know, wherever, the next destination, the next step. And it just, a lot of things that I've gone through has shown me that, like, you can't give up, you know. You can't give up on yourself. Even if you're on your last breath, you can't say, I give up. You have to be okay with certain things. And you have to be not okay with certain things and say, yo, I'm going to change it. I'm going to do my best to change it. I'm going to do my best to keep that piece of me that everybody else, during this time, if you're in this time, is giving up. Everybody's giving up their heart. Or their soul, the piece of their soul that's theirs, that makes them, for just, I don't even know. Like, something that doesn't matter. Because once you give up that piece of you, I've seen it multiple times. Once you give up that piece of you, you start to change, you start to move different, you start to act different, especially towards the people that is consider your friends and your family. Now, if you're doing this for survival because you have to, it's different. But if you're just doing it because you want to and you want to flex, you're an asshole. Straight up. You're just damn near scum of the earth, because you're not supposed to give up what makes you you. You're not. Straight like that. And no sympathy is coming from me for that BS. But, you know, people gonna do what they want. So I had to learn, you know, I had to give up like 90% of my empathy. 95%. that shit sucks because you feel it. You feel that go away. You know what I'm saying? And even if you know, like, don't want to, you have to decide, like, what's gonna happen, like, if you don't. And like I said, if you're doing it for survival, I was put in a position to where I had to do it because my survival, my life, really, you know, I had to, like, make a choice, and it wasn't easy. So that's why I had to learn, you know, a lot of things. And even though, like, and another thing that I gave up was my sense of control, like my sense of control of being afraid that I'm gonna, like, lose people that I care about and stuff. Like, you're for sure gonna lose people that you care about. You're for sure gonna lose things that you care about, possessions. You're for sure gonna lose. So get all that crap out your head of you keeping it forever. It's not happening. Be happy in the moment that you have it. Use it to the best of your ability, and when it's gone, it's gone. You know what I'm saying? So I'm learning how to seize the moment more, you know, appreciate life more, and just keep growing like the best that I can, because, you know, life is really an experience. I don't believe that life is short, because if you think about all the things that happened to you last year, if you document and write down, because I journal. I always show this in my videos. I journal. If you journal and write down things that happened to you in the past few years, listen, you'll be like, God dang, so much happened. Life isn't short. You just forget. So it's to be, you know, appreciated, loved, cared for, and all that good stuff. But also, like, you're going to have to, from my experience, you're going to have to give up some things that make you comfortable, or something. You're going to have to get comfortable in the uncomfortableness and really explore it for what it is. What's the root cause? What's the reason for it? What's making you uncomfortable? Who's making you uncomfortable? Why are you uncomfortable in you? And then sort it out. Sometimes you have to, you know, let go of a habit. Sometimes you have to develop a new habit. Sometimes you have to let go of people. Sometimes you have to find people. Sometimes you have to, how could I say, build a certain part of yourself that may be weak. Sometimes you have to, you know, tone down a part of you that may be too strong. It all depends on what you are doing and who you are in your life at the moment. And I'm pretty sure that this is just what you do for the rest of your life. But just like, you know, the secret to life, I believe, the secret to life is life. It's simple. The secret to life is life. It's when you try to go find extra knowledge and you start plugging in things that you don't need to plug in. That's when you not find stuff, but you become something different and you lose yourself. I purposely, like I said, became a guinea pig, and I started plugging in different informations, things that from different people, different experiences, all this kind of stuff, just to figure it out, because I could handle it. And even though I got it, it gave me a massive level of sorrow, because I was able to see from everyone's perspective. But the best thing that I did was I decided not to be God. I did not allow myself to be as foolish as other people would be, which is, I am God. Nah, I'm God-like. I have God-like abilities, a God-like mindset. Sometimes because of, you know, lack of practice doing like simple multiplication and stuff like that, I may have it may take me a little time, because cell phones made the brain lazy. But when it comes to like natural ability and talent and hard work ethic, I built that. So it's learning who you are as a person, learning your strengths and your weaknesses, and how can you become better in society and all of that good stuff. You know, people in life will always tell you what you should and shouldn't do. People will always talk out the side of their neck. And when I mean talking out the side of their neck, I'm talking about like they'll say stuff indirectly. You'll walk outside and somebody will say something, and it'll sound like they're talking to you. Or they said something directly to you when they're probably walking with a person and having a conversation, maybe on the phone, whatever. That's energy. That's all it is. Especially if you're doing something. If you're doing something, if you're on your job, if you're working, if you're mentally trying to build yourself, become better, whatever, you're going to get tested. Simple. And if you can't take the pressure, you're going to snap. You're going to fold. And what happens is when you do that, you fold for the rest of your life. That's what happens. You'll fold. And it's unfortunate because not everybody's built for it. And everybody's taking tips off the internet instead of getting outside and actually trying shit. You know what I'm saying? Turning your phone off, turning your computers off, whatever. Like, you can get back to it for sure. But before you get back to it, try going without it. See what happens. You won't regret it. I just figured, life is to be cherished. My life, even if I'm just an example, I decided that I'm going to be the best example ever. Period, point blank. And, I owe my dreams attention. I owe my life attention. I owe my core, my higher being attention, because I gave it to everybody else. And then when I asked for it back, when I asked for it, for some care or some help, a lot of people was just saying no. When I was messed up, because I'm not in the best position in my life right now. But the fact that all of the people that I helped has been absent, or they're locking me out of their life, or they're treating me like a certain way because I'm not as convenient to them. This is also part of the guinea pig, this is also part of the me being an experiment. Like I allowed myself to get to like damn near the lowest level. No job, public assistance, no car. I gave him my car, gave him my bicycle. I stopped smoking. I don't drink all the time. Like, barely drink. I do drink sometimes. I ain't gonna hold you. That's a vice that's been taking me a while to get rid of. I'm not just going outside for sex with a bunch of women like I used to. Like, it's a lot. Like, even my friends would say different, but my body count says different. You know what I'm saying? That's a flex in today's day and age. I don't care what nobody say. If you ain't sleep with like 5,000 people, especially if you're a man, a good looking brother such as myself, that's blessed. It's a flex. But that being said, I was left hanging, and it made me sad because the people that left me hanging, I expected more of them, but I also watched them help other people. So it wasn't even that I expected more. I was just like, oh, you're doing this. So like, okay, it should be no problem. The love was absent. So you have to be able to take reality on for what it is and just push. And when you start to figure it out, when you figure out exactly what it is, and you're like, okay, this is my hand. This is what life has dealt me. I'm going to play it. You might win the game. You might end up knocking a person out that's basically your opponent in the game, or opponents in the game, whatever, that did not have a better hand than you, but you worked with what you had and you dominated. Straight like that. It's simple after a while, you know? Maybe you bluff the entire way through it. Who knows? I've done it a few times. But at a point in time, you got to get real. You can't bluff. You got to, you do what you got to do. So, that being said, I would really like to see a lot of the love that we have, just reflourish, come back into reality. It's kind of hard with all these, with technology and stuff like that. But there are parts in the world with people where they do not care about technology. There are always communities and individuals that are waiting to connect. So, that being said, much love. I appreciate you all tuning in. And, a lot of my videos I usually edit and stuff like that, but I'm going to just keep it 100 and just go straight with it. You know what I'm saying? Press play, watch it. When the video's done, it's a click, boom. So if y'all enjoyed the video, I appreciate y'all. Like, sharing, subscribe, and all that good stuff, and continue to just pop out and show the love. I appreciate y'all. Stay blessed and less stressed. Peace.